Access Online Systems, Access Online Support Program, OSP, level HSC1, HSC2 and to HOS HSC1, Army Public School College System Secretariat. Student Access Online Program, Access Online Program, textbooks, mathematics, live in algebra and trigonometry. Book code number is this, and current chapter is chapter number 3. Lesson topic is determinant, or how to find determinant or system of linear equation. We will discuss in this exercise. Resources required: textbook, internet, introduction, summary of the lesson, and the properties of the determinant. The student, in today we in exercise 3.5, today we discuss the in question number 1, today we discuss the Cramer's rule. So student, it is a non-homogeneous linear system. First thing, first we have to find the determinant of coefficient matrix. So we write the coefficient matrix which is on the left hand side. So what are the coefficients? 2, 2, 1 and 3, minus 2, minus 2 and 5, 1 on minus 3. So after taking the determinant, how to take determinant? First we take 2, then eliminate this column and this row, then the determinant left, we find the determinant of this matrix. So similarly we have to we get 6 plus 2, and similarly for minus 2, minus sign of formula and 2 of this, and then we eliminate this column and this row similarly, and we will get the determinant of 3 3 the minus 3 3 the 9, minus 9 of formula, minus 9 and 5 of 2 the 10, minus 10, but minus sign of formula, so it become plus 10. And similarly for last entry, so we have to find it our determinant. After simplification we get 27, so it means determinant equals to 27. Now we have to find the determinant of a1. A1 means you have to eliminate the first column and replace by the last column. So here we put the last column, the entries of the last columns are 3 1 2, so here we write 3 1 2 and the other two columns remain same. Now we have to find the determinant of this matrix, so we will get 27. The formula of x equals to determinant of a1 divided by a. So what will the value of determinant a1? 27. And what will the value of determinant of a? So we write it here, 27 divided by 27 equals to 1. And now similarly we have to find the determinant of a2. A2 means we have to eliminate the column 2. So in replacement of column 2 we have to write the column last column, which is 3 1 2. So here we write 3 1 2 in the replacement of second column, and other first and third column remain same. So we have to find the determinant of this matrix, and we get the determinant equals to 0. And what is the formula of y? Y equals to determinant of a2 divided by a, and the value of a2 is 0 and determinant of value of determinant of a is 27, and 0 divided by something equals to 0. Now similarly student, for a3 we have to replace column 3. So what will the values of column 3? This 1 minus 2 minus 3, we replace this column and we put the values, which is 3 1 2. So here we write the values in the replacement of column 3, 3 1 2, and then we take the determinant, we will get the 27. So what will the formula for z? A3 divided by a. So determinant of a3 equals to 27 and determinant of a equals to 27. After divide by 27 divided by 27 equals to 1. So we will get x equals to 1, y equals to 0 and z equals to 1. So for your verification we have to put these values in the system of linear equation, and we have to verify that our answer is right or wrong. So student, if let's suppose x equals to 1 and z equals to 1 and y equals to 0. So if we put x equals to 1 we will get 2. If we put y equals to 0, the whole term becomes 0, and the what will be z equals to 1. So 2 plus 1 3, see it verified. And similarly 3 into 1 3, this term becomes 0, and this is minus 2 into z equals to 1. So minus 2 into 1 minus 2. So 3 minus 2 equals to 1. Similarly student, last row, 5 into 1 5 and y equals to 0, then this term becomes 0, and minus 3 into 1 minus 3. So 5 minus 3 equals to 2. So you can see that you can verify easily. So students, similarly part 2 and part 3 you can do it yourself. If you face any query, then you can feel free to ask. Student, in question number 2 we have to find the inverse by the matrix method. So simply first we write the coefficient matrix of this given system of non-homogeneous linear equation. So first we write the coefficient matrix, and it is the variable matrix, and it equals to the right hand side. So the order of this matrix is 3 by 3, the order of this matrix is 3 by 1, and the order of this matrix is 3 by 1. So student, we let A equals to this matrix, X equals to this variable matrix, and B equals to this 3 by 1 matrix. The system, D system becomes AX equals to B. This is become AX equals to B. We have to find the X values of X. So X equals to A inverse B. If we shifted A to the other side, then A become A inverse. And so you know that how to find the A inverse, we will solve in the previous exercises. How to find the inverse of 2 by 2 or 3 by 3 matrix. Here we just give the review. So student, for A inverse, firstly we have to find a determinant, and determinant must be not equals to 0. Because if determinant not equals to 0, then if we put in the formula, then it become infinite. So that's why it is a necessary condition that determinant must be not equals to 0. What is the formula of cofactor of A11? First we find the determinant of A11, then A12, then A13, and similarly A21, A22, A23, and then also similarly A31, A32, A33. So student, you know that how to find the determinant of A11 equals to -1 into first row, first column, then 1 plus 1. So you eliminate the first row and first column. So this is the matrix, coefficient matrix left. So you have to take the determinant of this. And so you know that we have to solve in previous exercises. We have to solve questions of A, how to find the A inverse of 3 by 3 matrix. Similarly, you can follow the same rule which we have did previously. So you will get the A11, A12 and A13 and all these entries. So if you will get the answer, you will put the entries here. And what is the adjoint? Adjoint equals to cofactor of A whole transpose. Then we take the transpose of this cofactors of A. If we take the transpose, then change the row into column. So similarly, what is the row? 133, and then we shift it into the column 133. Similarly, -1, -1, -1, so it is shifted into the column. Similarly, what is the last row? 357, 357. The formula of A inverse is 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A into B. So that's why I am saying that A determinant of A not equals to 0. If we put 1 upon 0, then something upon 0 equals to infinity. So that's why determinant must be not equals to 0. Now student, 1 upon determinant of A, 1 upon determinant of A equals to -2, and adjoint of this matrix is adjoint of matrix is equals to this. So we write here adjoint of a matrix. And what is the matrix B? Matrix B equals to -4, 1 or 1, simple -4 or 1. And so you know that how to multiply these two matrices. First we check the order of this matrix. The order of this matrix is 3 by 3, and the order of this matrix is 3 by 1. Inside same, and the remaining outside is the order of the final in my matrix. So we multiply these two entries, we will get this. So after simplification and multiplying by -1/2, we will get this, and this is the answer. So here x equals to 1, y equals to 1, and z equals to 0. So same rule follow. If you put these values in the system of linear equation, you can verify your answer easily. X and y 1, so x equals to 1, y equals to 1, to 1 minus 2 minus 1, and z equals to 0, to -1 2. Similarly, last equation is y minus z, so y equals to 1 and z equals to 0, to 1 minus 0 equals to 1. And similarly, in second equation, 3 into 1 3, y 1, so 3 plus 1 4, and z equals to 0, so 4 equals to 4. Similarly, student, you can solve part 2 and part 3 for your homework. Student, before starting the question number 4, 3, 4, 5 and 6, you have to know about some theory related to the system of linear equation. Student, for example, here we consider a system of linear equation of two variables. So student, basically system of linear equation has three types of solution. The possibilities are the line may be parallel and distinct, in which case there is no intersection, consequently no solution. Student, here is a graphically look. If the lines are parallel, you can see that there is no intersection point in these two lines. So if we have a equation like this, then we do not have any solution. So we simply directly say that no solution. So in part 2, the line may intersect at only one point, in which the case the system has exactly one solution. It means the line may be intersected at some point. So here is the example. If student these two lines intersect at one point, this means this system has a one solution. The system has one solution. Similarly, student, the line may coincide, in which case there are infinitely many solutions of intersection of point. Student, for here we have the diagram. Look, student, you can see that these two lines are overlapping each other. If the lines are overlapping each other or coincident lines, then it means the system of solution has a infinitely many solution. Infinitely many solution means, student, we have a values which is dependent on some parameters. So that's why we say that infinitely many solution. So student, memorize the system of linear equation has only three types of solution. Number one is no solution, second is unique solution or one solution, or third is infinitely many. Now student, here we discuss some examples related to the theory. For example, a linear system with one solution. What does mean by one solution? So student, simply we have these two equation and we solve simultaneously, and we will get the values x and y. So this represent the one solution. This represent the one solution. And similarly, student, a linear system with no solution. What is mean by no solution? For example, we have these two system of linear equation. We will solve these two equation. We will get 0 equals to minus 6. You know that, student, 0 never equals to minus 6. So this type of solution include the answer no solution. And similarly, what does mean by the infinitely many solution? For example, we have these two system of linear equation, and we will solve these two equations. After solving, we will get this 4x minus 2y equals to 1 and 0 equals to 0. The last whole becomes 0. So student, how to find the values of x and y? So it means we have to find the values of x and y by assuming y equals to any variable or x equals to any variable. So simple, student, we will let y equals to t, then we find the values of x. So similarly, if we let x equals to t, then we will find the value of x, and similarly y. And here we write some theory here. This means that the line corresponding to the equation in the general system coincide. One way to describe the solution set is to solve these equation for x in terms of y, obtaining x equals to this, and then assigning an arbitrary value t called a parameter. First you solve the equation for x, and then we put parameter t, then we put y equals to t, then we will get the value of x and y as well. So student, if we have a solution like this, then we put the parameters. So parameter means infinitely many solution. Infinitely many solution mean if any row of the determinant or any row of the system of linear equation is whole equals to 0, then we find the solution depending on the some other variable, and then we put the parameter. So this is called the infinitely many solution. This is the no solution possibility, and this is the unique solution or one solution possibility. Student, now we discuss the raw echelon form and reduced raw echelon form, because in question number 3, 4, 5, 6 you have to find the raw, reduced echelon form, raw echelon form. So first you know that what is the mean by raw echelon form and reduced echelon form. Simply, so student, you have to memorize it. In raw echelon form, you have to make the diagonal entries 1, and with the entries which is on inside the diagonal entries, then all become are 0, and the other remaining on the other side of the diagonal entries, the entries may be not equal to 0 or equal to 0, it doesn't matter. But the main condition is, in raw echelon form, you have to make the diagonal entries 1, and the entries which is on the main diagonal inside it, the whole entry equals to 0. So this is the example of the raw echelon form. This is also the as well the example of raw echelon form. This is also the student example of raw echelon form. Student, you can see that the last two row is 0 0, so we eliminate these two rows. So we have left only 2 by 4 matrix, 2 rows and 4 columns. So what is the best possible identity we have to make in the 2 by 4 matrix? So it is 2 by 2 matrix. So what is the condition for raw echelon form? In the diagonal we have to make 1 1. So here we in the diagonal we have a 1, and what is the next possibility? We have to make 0 which is inside the diagonal entry. So there is only one entry, so we made it 0, and other entries are 0 or not 0, it doesn't matter. Similarly, student, it is the matrix of order 5 by 10. So in the student, first row is whole 0, so we eliminate this row. Now we consider from the second column the whole diagonal entry are 1 1 1, and this rows become 0, so we eliminate this column as well, so we just consider this column. So 1 1 1 1, and eliminate this column, then we get 1 in the last. So and the remaining entries which is inside the diagonals are zeros, and the other on the other side the remaining entries are maybe 0 or may not be 0. You have to, simple student, at this level you have to just memorize these three tricks. So we are almost, you have a matrix of a 3 by 3 or 2 by 2 या फिर 4 by 4. So student, you have to make a diagonal, and in diagonal you have to make the 1, and the entries on the main diagonal you have to make it equals to 0, and on the other side of the diagonal the entries may be or may not be equals to 0. So student, these are example of row echelon form. But in reduced echelon form you have to make the identity. So like this is the matrix of order 4 by 4. In 4 by 4 matrix, the diagonal entries are 1 1, and all the entries are 0. In if a student, it is a reduced echelon form. It is a generalized form of the raw echelon form. Because after raw echelon form we have to find the reduced raw echelon form as well. ठीक है student, it is the both backward and forward case, but it is only the forward case. You can see that it is only the forward case. We do not go backward. If we go backward, then these entries also become 0. But in a reduced echelon form, we first go forward and then backward, then the whole become identity. Similarly, this is also an example of reduced raw echelon form. This is also an example of reduced raw echelon form, and this is the also example of reduced echelon form, but this is not in intermediate level or FSC level. Now student, if you have any query, any question regarding this, then you can feel free to ask me. And student, you must have to clear the concept about the raw echelon form, reduced raw echelon form, and you must also know that the system of linear equation has a 3 types of solution: one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solution. So you must memorize is the concept of system of linear equation and reduced echelon form and raw echelon form. And student, if you have any query, then feel free to ask me on WhatsApp number.
Thank you
or
student for
WhatsApp
your
group
attention.
as well.